Do you have yourself on the back burner of your existence while you constantly serve others? My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is the priority. I have devoted my life to service and have struggled at times with the distinction in the way sometimes others engage with me and treat me between being a servant and being in service. There are those that may find that they have chosen a character in their own character development called needy, and they need all kinds of things. And many people, in my experience, that are deeply needy are often people that are deeply ignoring themselves, ignoring their lives, and ignoring their own ability to develop the self, to offer what is desired in the paradigm. And sometimes these people are more than willing to lean into your field as an active person to come in and assist. And if you've decided to be in service and you've decided to be a helper and you've decided you want to aid humanity, you may find that life infinitely will offer you opportunity of the needy for you to serve needs. But what may occur while this is happening is you may have placed your own life in the back burner of your existence to address at another time when you're not so busy aiding those in need. Heather Feather had a stark dawning realization as I've taken the past 8 months of my existence to be alone and have quality time and attention with my heart, my spirit, and my mind. Also to give some time and space for those that are energy vampires, that are takers, that are smiling at my face but talking about me behind my back. Any type of unwanted characters in the movement of my life to ripple away from me because you don't belong in my paradigm or in my garden, if that's what you have to offer me. But as I've created this space to be with me, I've had these dawning realizations that I haven't had time to find in the paradigm because I've been so focused on being devotedly serving others, constantly doing that. Let me devotedly serve you. Do you need assistance? Can Heather help out? How can I help? How can I be of assistance? I love the word yes. Let me help you. To recognize that Heather Feather has a lot of energy. It's like in my spare time, I'm considering white holes and black holes and quantum jumping and sliding through multiverses and us each being responsible for creating a multiverse and then blaming the world for the darkened picture we see, which is a reflection of our own consciousness in the paradigm, which we can clean up in our timeline. Heather has all these thoughts that she's thinking about as she tends to move through her life, but then she also has a lot of energy to apply to keeping her house clean, knowing how to fold a fitted sheet, cooking dinner, keeping the dishes done once that occurs, making sure that I am honoring the business that I work for called the self business that I own. And I'll be applying all this energy in my life because I have a lot of energy to the many balls that I juggle called, I want to marinate on these topics over here so that I can learn and evolve. I want to consider what my shadow work is to do and my evolution work. I've got all these chores to handle. I've got a life to manage. I've got a business to manage. And I might be juggling 100 balls, and somebody that's juggling 1 to 3 balls, they're just letting everything fall. They're not responding to stuff. They're not taking care of their life. They're not making sure that they're juggling all these different paradigms with equal grace and ease and developing the self to be balanced and juggling many things. And they may come over to you that's juggling 100 things and then seek your support with getting them to have their needs met around things that they are ignoring in their own life. And I suddenly realized, I'm not helping any person by being the answer to that which they refuse to do in their own life. If you don't want to juggle the balls of your existence in the way that I do, that's okay. I'm not here to judge it. You don't have to. We're all going to die. It doesn't matter. You can live whatever life you want to. But I'm busy. It's not my job to not only make my life move in beautiful, graceful, and effectual ways, and then also your life and your life and your life and your life, because I'm stewarding this thing called the priority of my own lifetime. And my lifetime requires a tremendous amount of attention because I'm constantly working to evolve the quality of attention that I give all of the things that are called being in existence. And so this past year, it's like I really awakened to relationships. It's like I have relationships where there's a lot of expectation for me to show up, but the person that I'm engaging with doesn't have any expectation for them to show up in my life. Like, do you show up? Do you come to me, or do I come to you? Or what is the nature of what it is that we do when we're talking about relationship? And there are ways that Heather does this too. Like, I tell everyone in the river of my life, I'm never going to call you. Like, when I have a lover, I tend to operate at their pace of wanting connection because I'm not super attached. Like, I can connect with you less or more, but I experience humans as being super attached to how often we do any given thing. So I tend to operate at their pace. You know, when you contact me, I'll reply. If you don't contact me, don't expect to hear from me. I'm juggling 100 balls at all times. I mean, like, I will not be reaching out. I got stuff to do. I'm busy with this life beyond communion and partnership, you know? And so it's like, I started to recognize how much I may allow several things that I am working on in my own life as I try to prioritize it to just fall to the ground that I've been doing an adept job of juggling and keeping in the air because other beings are seeking attention. They're seeking validation. They're seeking ego justification. They're seeking that, you know, to be given a valid reason that they enjoy, called being given attention by another being, to be the reason that they ignore their life. And it's like, I refuse anymore. I'm not going to be your local entertainment or TV station or your local viewing audience to watch the movie of your life while you ignore your life and interrupt mine. I am the priority in my life, and I am juggling many things at all times. And it took this year of being alone for me to recognize that I can choose from this moment forward to no longer offer myself to be the back burner to the existence that I'm walking through a lifetime. I'm walking Heather from a lifetime, through a lifetime called birth to the grave. And I've walked her for 5 decades with a tremendous amount of service-oriented nature in my being. Some of us learned through various different traumas. I definitely have complex PTSD, and I've definitely had more traumas than I wish upon any being, which I've articulated many times. But sometimes we've had so many traumas in our early age, in our early youth, when we developed the subconscious mind, when we developed the ego and the paradigm, that we receive the false idea that it is unsafe for us to receive. And so we aggressively overgive without recognizing that it's up to me to be in balance with giving and receiving. No hero's gonna come and save me from overgiving or vacillating between service and servant. In order for that to change, I am the steward of the gateway of how much Heather gives and how much she's willing to receive and when she's willing to do that. I am the voice that can articulate those things. I am the one that can set a boundary and keep it in the paradigm. No one else is going to come and set it for me. And you can trust that of 8.3 billion people, it's actually a little bit more than that, on the planet today, that there are plenty that are more than willing to take and take and take. And then you can feed the greedy with their need to be needy without ever recognizing that there's a deep imbalance in what they are offering your life each day. They may actually be a distraction, an interruption, and ask for you to set yourself on the back burner of existence so that they can get some attention. And it's like, I'm fully able to entertain myself. I don't ask humanity to come and entertain me. I'm not calling people up, can you entertain me? I'm bored and want to ignore my life. It's like, no, I'm focused on my life. And it sometimes can make me seem very cold or very rude to autistically articulate that my attention is needed by me, or to even point to this thing called you're being a little energetic vampiric or empathy vampiric with me because I'm willing to give and serve. And let me go ahead and steward that gateway and just let you know, I'm not available. I'm not available to serve the needy and the greedy. You are made out of the light of love, and you are made out of energy. You have every capacity within you that I have within me. I constantly work to develop the self. If you don't want to do that for your own health, I'm not going to help you ignore yourself. Instead, I'm going to give my attention to my life where it belongs. I'm going to keep myself on the front burners at all times. And you can go ahead and do whatever you choose to do to develop yourself in your life. We don't have to constantly behave as if we are not the priority in our lives. It is okay for you to keep your attention, which is one of your most precious commodities that's being commodified, to yourself to serve the life you say you want to live. You can always subscribe to Rare Bird Medicine on YouTube, like and comment there. Heather Feather always loves your thoughts. Amun.